Hi guys, Spartan765. Today I'm doing a video review on something I made kind of out of desperation, but is also going to fall into my prepping series. As you can clearly see here, that would be the Shipmaster Plus. Now, as stupid and dumb as this may seem, my house flooded a month ago, and pretty much the only room that was left undamaged was my gun room. Hence, I have to have my bed in here and everything else. I could move into the apartment that the insurance company paid for, but I'm not going to leave my guns unattended. So, I haven't had plumbing for, I don't know now, about 3 weeks. I mean, because they disconnected everything completely about 3 weeks ago, and it kind of puts you into that situation where you realize how much of a luxury an actual flushing toilet is. And I think this is kind of a reality shock to a lot of people who, may or may not be into prepping, that, you got to think of things like this, waste and sanitation, and how you're going to deal with human waste in an SHTF scenario. Also, another point out, I've been eating a lot of my preps. As you can clearly see, they've gone down in the past 3 months because I have no kitchen. So I got to replenish my preps, but hey, at least I'm working through my stock and I can replenish with fresh. But anyway, so what this was, I got back to the house about 3 weeks ago, and the construction workers had removed a toilet, and I had to, in all honesty, take a wicked deuce. So what I did was I took a couple 2x4s and a saw, screwed them together, grabbed a Menards bucket and a garbage can liner and put it in there. And like I said, now as comical and as just immature and stupid as this may seem, this is actually a practical option for an SHTF scenario. It provides something like this, just a 5-gallon pail and a couple 2x4s put on there for, I don't know if you call it comfort, but I guess, so your ass can fit over the bucket unless you weigh like 500 pounds. And your ass covers the bucket, but yeah, something like this is an option for preppers. And I know there are other options out there, like you've seen the shit box, where it's a cardboard foldable unit with a liner similar to this. But this is just something you can make on your own. Now, obviously, I didn't have this in my preps. Like I said, this was made out of desperation because I had to go and I wasn't about to go drop a deuce outside. Which obviously in worst case scenarios what you do. But you got to realize if you have no power, no running water in an SHTF, you're not just going to want to keep dropping deuces outside. It'll get nasty, it'll get unsanitary, stuff like that. You go on something like this, yes, it might not be the most comfortable or pleasant looking option in the world, but you can definitely do your business and tie off the bag and throw it somewhere where it's not going to, cause any, foul odors, like a old garbage can, or go take, the bags out and throw them somewhere further away from your bug in or bug out location. Or if need be, worst case scenario, you're bugged in, you don't really feel safe going outside, tie a bags, throw them in a fucking barrel, and then when you eventually feel safe, throw them out. I'm obviously using here the hefty, heavy-duty bags. Yeah, I know it's not just, because every once in a while I have a little explosive diarrhea. That happens to everybody. But I've noticed the hefty, these bags, the flex ones seem to hold out the stink a little bit better. I don't, obviously, this isn't an SHTF, so I obviously throw these in the dumpster right away when I'm done with them. But they seem to not emit any odor afterwards. Again, this is like kind of a stupid review, but if you look at it realistically in an SHTF, something like this would be a viable option. All it is 2 or 3 2x4 pieces screwed together and cut so they fit over a bucket, and that is a fresh bag, just so you guys know. Doubly named the Shipmaster Plus. I wrote that on there after I had a few beers a few nights ago. But hey, like I said, the comical, stupid, whatever this, yes, it's there, but in SHTF, where you might not have running water or any sanitary system to do your business in, this is your next best option. Obviously an outhouse is a great option, but if you don't have an outhouse, something like this where you can, bag up the waste and throw it out where it's relatively sealed, I think is something important for SHTF. And I will be keeping this particular setup after my house gets fixed or completely redone. It's actually getting to the point where it's almost done now, but you know how that goes. It takes forever. Anyway, so that's just my review on my makeshift commode for an SHTF. Spartan 765 out.